Coffee time. What's up, guys? Hello, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, dogs and cats, and all the fish in the ocean. It is a windy Monday morning, so we might lose connection. We already have had some computer programs this morning. It is 8:03 in the morning. It is the 20th day of November. Thanksgiving is a hop, skip, and a jumping away. So we can expect to see some holiday sales, I guess, because, Black Friday's coming up. So let's take a look at all of this week's tabletop role-playing game sales, Black Friday things on Amazon, charities, and of course, bundles. All right. I don't expect a lot this week, but I might be surprised. First off, starting out, Drivethrough RPG. From Modifius, we have some Star Trek stuff. We have Star Trek Adventure Briefs, PDF 014 Cold War. It's too long of a name. Featuring 10 detailed mission briefs about the Cold War between the Federation and the Klingons. That's a freebie. Over on Drivethrough RPG from Wormworks Publishing, we have Snowed In, an encounter for 5 to 10 level characters, include for 5e, and it comes with an animated map for VTTs, because VTTs aren't slow and clunky enough. Let's add animation. No. By the way, I went to Roll20 yesterday. They changed a lot of things. I don't know for the better, but they definitely changed things. I don't know if that's to make Roll20 more clunky or less clunky, but I was looking at Roll20, and the first thing I noticed is that now it's black on white instead of white on black typing. So the screen is all black where you type things, and the letters are all white, which seems pointless. I mean, I assume you can go into controls and change it back to normal, but why even add that? To make it even slower. And of course, because this is a VTT file, please, before you install it, check it for viruses and stuff. Pinnacle Entertainment Group has released Eye of Lendra, a Savage Worlds adventure for beginning players. So if you're looking to get into the amazing role-playing game of Savage Worlds, here's a good starter adventure, and it's free. Galactic Funk Creations brings us a additional rules reference guide for the Mork Borg joke of the year tabletop role-playing game setting. I think we've buried Mork Borg enough. I don't think I need to poke it with a stick anymore. I think we could just chalk Mork Borg up as overhyped and then just failed to live up to its promises. It's not the first time it's happened to the tabletop role-playing game community, and it won't be the last. But at least the art was kind of cool. Over on Drivethrough from Mythfinder, we have Oversized Weapons for BFS lovers, featuring the ability to now wield giant anime-inspired enormous weapons in Pathfinder. You do know that there was already a feat that did that called Monkey Hand. Was it Monkey Hands, Monkey Fist? Monkey Grip. Yeah, there was a feat in Pathfinder called Monkey Grip that allows you to wield a weapon that was one size larger than you. So that was how Pathfinder explained giant anime swords from the very beginning. A normal human-sized average Pathfinder dude standing 5'11", I guess that's average height for most humanoids, could wield a great sword one-handed, or could wield a weapon that was one size bigger than them. So if huge weapons, so like something that a hill giant would be carrying around, or they could carry around and wield it double-handed. So that was how Pathfinder explained giant anime weapons from the very beginning. So this Mythfinder didn't know that, because they went and made a whole entire thing detailing giant anime weapons, even though it's always existed in Pathfinder since day one. Moving on, from Zyptoic Press, we have Between Heartbeat, a mythos-inspired modern-day scenario using Lovecraft. So it can be used for any Lovecraft adjacent system like Cthulhu, Delta Green, Trial of Cthulhu, or others. And you can also get a first aid course. And then, okay. So in addition to getting a first aid course or coupon to take a first aid course, the whole scenario is built around going to take a first aid course. And then while you're learning to administer CPR to the dummy, things start going wrong. Has anybody ever taken a first aid course, CPR course? The CPR dummies that they use, those things are frightening. Those little decapitated upper torso, no limbs. I hate those things. They are nightmare fuel. We have from One Page RPG, Bitty Folk Adventures, where you can take the role of fairies in a DM type D&D, the Littles inspired type campaigns. If you want to play fairies or pixies and brownies and borrowers, litterers type world where you're living in the cracks of the world, and a button is your shield and a sewing needle is your sword, and your number one enemy is the house cat. These guys have done it for you. Cool. Moving on to Dungeon Master Guild's freebie this week's. We have a 5e one-shot for 4th through 6th level characters called The Whispering Waves, which will, of course, be pointless at the end of the year. We have The Abandoned Campsite from Kittrick, a 5e quest for 4th level characters where you go to investigate a abandoned gas face. Thomas Core brings us Lenodium at Ravenloft Domain of Dread. This is a Domain of Dread based upon the writings of Arthur Conan Doyle and postulates what happens after Sherlock Holmes dies, and it creates a whole world where Moriarty, now referred to as the Napoleon X crime, has created a Ravenloft domain where it's just driven by his madness that to prove he is smarter than Holmes and to prove that Holmes faked his death. Unusual, but sure, why not? A Ravenloft domain based upon the writings of Mr. Conan Doyle and then the greatest detective. I guess Thomas Kohler doesn't know that Sherlock Holmes is public domain, so you can use his name. Mr. Kohler, Sherlock Holmes is public domain. You can use him unless that's changed. If you are Mark Burton gives us something to expand your spell book. It's called Spell Design 101, which allows you to break down the fundamentals of the D&D spells and even allow you create interesting and custom spells. Okay, lightning round. We've got some maps. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 new maps. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 new subclasses for 5e. All of these, of course, totally pointless once 5e 2024 comes out in a few weeks. But for now, you can pick these up over at Drivethrough DM's Guild. They are technically legal for 5e, at least for another week or two. Moving on to sales. Drivethrough RPG has a Teach Your Kids to Game sale. Unfortunately, this is over. Why would you tell us about a sale that's over? But okay. There was a sale and ended today where anything that they felt was somehow related to teaching your kids how to play was 95% off. So a sale, and then it ended. It's funny because they post these yesterday. They post these the day before, all the lists. I read them on Monday, and then they're like, oh, this expired today. So the sale started yesterday and expired today, and you didn't tell any about it till 6 p.m. last night. That doesn't seem productive, but okay. Drivethrough's doing the same thing, and so is Humble Bundle, but all of them has expired. Pocket Quest 2023 brings us Moons Haunted. It is a bundle with core rule books based around the Sea of Hostility and Moons Hunted role-playing game. This is based upon the meme of Moons Hunted. Okay. Is there a meme about Moons Haunted? Anyways, that's $2. over at Dungeon Masters Guild, we have a 9 collection for the Savage Encounters series to expand upon the published D&D adventures of Savage Encounters or standalone encounters. This is $40. So the Savage Encounters are those big $50 boxes that comes with the ton of figures and the ton of maps. We've pointed them out before. If you're just getting into figures, those are a great way to start. 50 is a little pricey, I think. You get like 24 figures though, usually, and maybe, and most of them have a bigger, like a dragon or a big figure. So I think it's okay. I think I don't know, 50s, especially if it's, for what it is. I mean, you do get a lot of figures, but it's not like they're classy figures. James Chan brings us a Spelljammer adventure called Wayfarer's Log, and it also includes Roll20 stuff for it. This is a Spelljammer adventure. It is $13. It's a VTT, so before you upload it, make sure it's safe for all those horrible things that people put on computer programs like viruses and stuff. Robert Weiler and the Spirit of Endy bring us a Trove of Wanderers bundles featuring 11 books useful for both players and DMs with new character classes, subclasses, magic items, etc., for $15. This is a whole bunch of stuff for 5e, but of course, again, pointless. And finally, we have the Hammerwell's Collection of Monsters. This is a bunch of monsters and creatures and stuff for 5e for $15. And again, sort of pointless. And now this week's charities. Sam Robertson has started a Doctors Without Bundles charity bundle. It's $10, goes to support Doctor Without Bundles, includes 20 products for Dungeons & Dragons, Fate, Monsters of the Week, and more. Critical Role is once again still holding their live stream for Red Nose Day. All donations affecting the game. The price is up to you. It goes to support Comic Relief. Janelle Jaquez has still got their GoFundMe going to help pay for the medical expenses and costs related to their recovery. As you know, our good friend, Miss Janelle, has contacted Guillain-Barré syndrome. There's a bundle for Torg. Who remembers Torg? Torg was I don't remember if Torg came out before Rifts or after Rifts, but it was, hey, let's do Rifts. But a slightly different take on Rifts. I think Torg was the one that postulated that Odin came back and became a rock star. Was that Torg? Yeah. So this is the Torg starter set for $10. And then there's a Torg expansion set that includes all the expansion settings for Torg. And that's $18. This is direct relief. So basically it goes to whatever, 10% of it goes to whatever charity you want. The City of Mist bundles available as well. We've got the City of Mist Startle bundle for $25, direct relief. And then we've got the City of Mist expansion bundle for $18, direct relief. The DCC funnel bundle, I'll say that 10 times fast. DCC funnel bundle is still up over at Humble Bumble. It features a ton of DCC Dungeon Crawl Classics funnels. And you guys know I love the funnels. $10 direct relief. There's a Cartographer's Vault bundle. That's back. This contains a ton of software for map building and stuff like that. And it's $30 is the most popular pledge with 13 plus map collection type software thingies for drawing and creating license, including a lifetime license to the award-winning Campaign Cartographer 3. So these are actually major programs. Please, before you open them up and install them, double check for viruses. The International Metal Corps Mega Bundle for 5e is still running. This is a ton of 5th edition stuff. 70 titles and growing. Luke Gygax has officially said, oh, I'm okay with this bundles. So it goes to support international medical, Red Cross, stuff like that. It's $25 for a ton of stuff. I already took a look at it. I said there was like one thing I felt was worth it on it, but you guys can make up your own mind. The Doctor Who bundle is still running for children in need, even though that's already passed. you can still donate to the Children of Need. $18 is the most popular pledge, and you get comic books, novels, audio dramas, and the role-playing books for the Doctor Who adventure. There we go. So that's all the tabletop role-playing game news, weather, and general internet bundles and sales for this week. Let's head on over to Amazon for the second half. All right, is there anything today on Amazon different than yesterday for Black Friday sales? And I'm going to assume, just like yesterday, dice and probably D&D stuff. And yep, dice. Looks like dice have been marked down generally about $10. Here's a $34 set of dice marked down to $24. Here's a $15 sent down to $12. Yeah, dice are going to be your best thing, probably. Looks like I'm not seeing any of the books. Okay, so weird. Dungeons and Dragons. Books. There's a DM screen, kind of marked down. But yeah. All right. Well, it's still early. It's still early. Oh, here's Legends of the Five Ring marked down from $40 to $32. Here's the Transformers role-playing game marked down to $18. Dice, and more dice. Now, normally you would think D&D would be the first thing to pop up in like the player's handbook, but it's not. Of course, it is Monday and Black Friday is Friday, so they could still be holding off on the big deals, like the Hasbro stuff. Or it could be that they're just not getting the Hasbro stuff for markdown because, Hasbro's trying to just erase any previous 5e stuff. So you are more compelled to buy the brand new 5e stuff. Now, you would think that they'd want to mark down the older 5e stuff to get it out of the warehouses to make room for the new stuff. But we also know Hasbro doesn't think like normal companies. So I am surprised that there are no TTRPG books marked down yet. But again, it's Monday and Black Friday isn't really until the 24th. So they could still mark things down. We'll keep track of them and we'll check every day. So that's all the sales. If any of those sound like something you want to pick up, let me know. Until next time, please write, please share, please subscribe. Please subscribe. Help me hit 2,000 subs. We can do it. We can get 400 subs by January 1st. No, we can't. Thank you all for taking part and hanging out with me. See you in a bit. Till then, stay safe because it's really windy out there.